Hello and welcome back. I'm so pumped to be back. Thank you guys for letting me take a little break, but we are back into the month ahead, looking at July 2022. I have a really exciting announcement before you skip to your pile. I am going to be teaching a 6-week-long Astrology 101 course. This course is great for anyone who is a beginner to an astrology hobbyist that really wants to deepen their understanding. What I use astrology for is as a tool and as a language to understand core motivations behind what we do as humans, what our people do in our lives, and how to be the best version of ourselves according to our chart. I will also eventually be doing an intermediate course where we look more at transits and how to deal with the energy that the sky is giving you right now. But for now, I think it's really important to start with beginner. We're going to be talking about all of the planets, all of the major points, all of the signs, all of the houses, how to read a natal chart. And basically what I'm doing this course for is to help you realize that you have everything you need to be an astrologer too. I am not the only person. A professional astrologer is not the only person that can guide you and tell you what the sky is doing. You can do that for yourself. So if you are interested in learning astrology, in learning how to read your chart and really deepen your relationship with self and with the people around you, please consider taking my course. It's on my website, harveymountainalchemy.com. It's a 6-week-long course. It's interactive. It's live. Your questions will be answered. And if you don't have questions, you will gain a lot of knowledge through this course. I am super excited. That being said, I'm really excited to see what these tarot cards have to say about our month of July. Other announcement for July is that the crystal of the month, that basically any candles on my website that have this crystal are at 15% off, as well as the Cancer season candle. So the crystal of this month is carnelian. So carnelian is this bright red stone that is best known for giving you extra energy, confidence, willpower, determination, and it's actually a very grounding stone as well. So if you feel like that is what you are in need of right now, consider checking out any candles on my website that have carnelian that are discounted right now. All right, as per usual, I'm going to use the same format as I always do. We are going to do the themes of July for you, and then we're going to go into breaking it down by thirds of the month. So the first third is the 1st to the 10th, the second third is 11th to the 20th, and the last third is from the 21st to the 31st. Let's get started. All right, so pile 1, we have got this little cow. Pile 2, you have this selenite palm stone. And pile 3, you've got this 7 chakra worry stone. All right, so pile number 1, I have got your cow here. I'm interested to know why it is you chose cow. Maybe you've got some Taurus placements, or maybe cow is your favorite animal like myself. Let me know in the comments why you chose cow. Very curious. So let's look at what the major theme of July is going to be for you. And I'm going to start with this Pride Tarot deck. One already flipped over, so we're going to maybe see if one more wants to come out. No, but what I do want to do is pull one of these from Prism Oracle, see the emotional connection you have to it. Major themes of this month is the Page of Cups, and the emotional attachment to it is energy. Talk about nice carnelian, bright red, like bringing willpower and determination to everything that you do for July. But this Page of Cups is actually much softer than the carnelian energy, than this red energy card. Page of Cups is all about having a soft reflection of what it is that you are internalizing, how your emotions might be driving you a little bit more than you realize, which actually is really spot on with Cancer energy. It is Cancer season until the 20th or 21st. So this Page of Cups, allowing yourself to truly reflect on what it is that you're feeling. And if you don't think that you're feeling anything very strongly, to consider that all the actions that you're taking are actually emotionally driven. You just maybe intellectualize some of the emotions that you're feeling. So that's a major theme for July for you. Let's see if there's anything else here, actually. I feel like we've got these little red flowers that honestly look kind of crab-like to me. I think there's just a lot of value in self-reflection this month. So maybe a good time to start journaling or just going into therapy, having like a usual guide that you look to, like if you're looking for a tarot reader or a spiritual coach or healer or whatever, to schedule like routine appointments with that person, to be able to say, okay, I am going to be doing my check-in, I'm going to be taking care of myself. And that's how I like to use tarot too, is to make sure that it's not just a one and done reading. It's about how you maintain yourself, how you maintain your emotional self. Fez is here. Fez is here to help. So having routine for yourself, seeing the value in your emotional reflections, and also seeing the emotions behind the actions that you take, which is just really good blanket statement for Cancer season anyway. All right, the first third of July, the 1st to the 10th. Here we go. Justice. Truth and clarity. I'm using the Spirit Song Tarot deck. I love this guy. Really, really beautiful. So you've got Justice here, number 11, truth and clarity. Again, balance being very important. And I almost feel like the first third of July, there's an emphasis on intellectualization of your emotions, of maybe detaching from the emotions themselves because you just don't want to feed into it. And maybe there's some fear or shame surrounding how you're feeling around this time of the month. But it might be nice for you to just open yourself up, open up this like shell or this case, this protective bubble that you have over yourself, and say, oh my gosh, I'm just going to be truthful. I'm going to be honest with myself. Because I think that by not intellectualizing your emotions and instead feeling your emotions, you might find some clarity there. You might realize, wow, I didn't even know that I felt this way. So that's the first third of July, just saying, okay, there's some balance that needs to be found here. Clearly, self-preservation and self-protection isn't working all the time. So let's try this new strategy of letting myself feel how I feel. All right, the second third of July. We're doing just one card or more pop up, but you know, we're keeping it a little more concise and short. What's up, Fez? All right, let's see. Here we go. The second third. We've got the 7 of Wands. Your personal willpower and determination is really at play for the second third of July. We're still in Cancer season. Cancer is a cardinal sign. So we're still in this cardinal energy of wanting to take leadership, having initiative, and determination really being there. I think that this Cancer, kind of closing out Cancer season for you, is really going to be healing. And we don't talk about Cancer so much as healers, but they truly, truly are. And maybe we do, but I feel like Cancer sort of gets overlooked as a healer. But they really are. And when you think of Cancer, it's the mother, it's the nurse, it's the person who takes care of other people. And so it's almost like it's time for you to really take care of how you're feeling, of what your needs are, of what makes you feel safe and comfortable. But in this way, it's much more fiery. It's determined. It is energized, right? Bringing energy to what you feel, finding motivation through what you feel, motivation for change, for evolution, letting yourself change the way things are because they're not working exactly how you'd like them to. So there are a lot of steps for you to take in this second third of July, from the 11th to the 20th. There's a lot of different steps you could take, a lot of different routes that you could go about. But either way, whatever way that you do go, there is an end game. There is an end goal. And that end goal is knowing your power and having the willpower to follow your own path rather than following other people's paths. And that Justice is screaming to me that Libra of maybe wanting to do what other people have told you to do, or do what other people are doing because that feels like that's supposed to be your path. You are following your own path in the middle of this month of July. It's about you having the willpower to say, I don't know what's in front of me, but I'm going to follow what it is anyway. That is your path. The last third of July. Oop, we got 2 cards, so we're going to read them both. So this is the 21st to the 31st, the 31st. Wow, you got the Empress and the 3 of Cups. How beautiful is that? And how mother and sister energy is that? And we're into Leo season now. So I almost think that this last third of July, there's potential to really find the people who want to honor your expression of self. The Cancer season has been all about maybe getting out of your comfort zone, leaning into the emotional part of what's going on for you right now, even if that's not the most comfortable. And then when it shifts into Leo season, finding the people who honor and value you valuing yourself, you coming out of your comfort zone because you know that's what is best for you. And this Empress and Three of Cups, I mean, it's so like sisterhood here and motherhood right there. This feminine, divine energy that you are pulling from. And even thinking about how you picked this cow and Taurus ruling the Empress here. Taurus having this abundance mindset, this need for safety, security, and honestly, self-love and self-value. So this last third of July, make sure that you reach out to the people that you love most and that you feel the most loved by, that you feel supported by. And if you feel like you don't have anyone like that in your life, then this last third of July is time for you to do outreach, to look outside of your bubble, of your inner circle, of your shell, right? This Cancer crab shell. And instead, that Leo, go out like a lion and say, this is who I am. I've gone through this phase of going through all of the ladders. I took all the steps, and some of them were hard, and some of the rungs on the ladder broke under my feet, but I still climbed and climbed and climbed because you knew that this was the path for you. So follow your path this month and do it in a way that's honoring who you are. We're going to look at, let's just pull a couple of tea leaf fortune cards. These are kind of fun, just to see any specifics. You've got Apple, temptation will test you. I think that's speaking to the temptation of following other people's paths. All right. Ooh, this guy too. Casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. I can see that especially near the end of the month where it was about, maybe the people that you thought were there to support you aren't really giving you the support and the love and the care that you desire. And then the Wall, we've got misunderstanding and Pineapple, reconciliation. And these two fell out together. They fell out together on top of this. So in mid-July, from the 11th to the 20th, I think there might be a misunderstanding and a reconciliation. So try not to act out of a place of extreme reaction, right? Not an emotional reaction, which Cancer is wont to do. Sometimes they can act out of emotion without realizing they're acting out of emotion, which was a theme for you with this Page of Cups. So in the middle of July, take what comes and sit with it before you react to it so heavily. All right, pile one, I really enjoyed this reading. I'm sending you guys a lot of love. Let me know how your June was. And I'll see you next time. Bye. All right, pile two, I have got your selenite pad here. This is actually a palm stone. It's really good for like worrying and just like holding here. Selenite, if you don't know, is an incredible stone for cleansing. It's a stone that doesn't need to be cleansed itself because it's used for cleansing. So it's a very good stone to just like wash over yourself if you're feeling especially heavy, just to rub on yourself wherever it is that you're feeling some heaviness or some weight. This is my personal palm stone. I love this guy. So we are going to see if that relates to any of the cards that we picked for you. Let's look at major theme for July for you. This is the Spirit Song Tarot deck, which I've only just allowed myself to start using. It's so funny how we talk to ourselves like we don't know what we're doing, but we do. You got two cards. You got the Seven of Crystals, which is the Seven of Pentacles, options and results. And then you also got the Two of Feathers, decisions, direction, and that's the Two of Swords. So both of those say options to me. Both of those say like, okay, a lot of things are being presented to you and it's up to you to be decisive about what it is you want to do. We've got pentacles, we've got swords. So there's ideas and then there's the actual doing it. There's the physical, tangible result that comes from ideas. So we'll see how that plays into it a little bit. I'm not sure what animal this is. It looks somewhat like an anteater, but I'm not quite sure. If you know what animal that is, let me know in the comments. And then we've got this lizard guy, this lizard iguana. Okay, so I definitely feel like July, there's a major emphasis on decision making and on the ideas and wanting results from your ideas right away. But in order to get those results, you have to put the work in. So be willing to let slow and steady come into your life rather. And I feel like there's maybe like an Aries or some fire and air in this reading, this pile here that's like, but I want to do it now and I want it to be successful right away. It's important for you to have solidification of what your ideas are, and not just of what the idea is, but what your goal is out of it. What is the end result that you really want out of this? Because then that gives you a goal to work towards. And just letting yourself allow the slow and steady to win the race, and having multiple small steps to get you to that big goal, rather than setting so much expectation and pressure on the goal to be achieved right away. So I'm going to pull a card from this Prism Oracle card, see what it is, like emotional attachment or whatever energetic attachment is holding on to you this month. Ideation. And look at that, it's red. That reminds me of carnelian. So the ideation, be careful with your expectations this month. Be careful of what it is that you are putting a lot of pressure on to succeed this month. Instead of having your ideas take over everything, let some ideas kind of flow out, and if they come back, maybe act on them, right? Not every single idea is a genius idea. And so letting your thoughts be what they are. And the Seven of Pentacles, it's about like personal worth. Maybe don't put all of your eggs in the basket of whatever kind of thoughts you're having in your mind. And if it's not like an idea in a project, because I'm an Aries, I'm like, it's got to be a project. But it could just be like a mindset, or the way that you're communicating to yourself or communicating to others. There's a personal worth that is attached to how you're speaking or how you're thinking and processing information. And the ideation aspect of it needs to sort of be cut down, right? Not putting so much pressure on every day even to be like the best possible day ever. I feel like this would be a good month for social media to kind of take a pause, letting yourself like not compare to other people, really important. So yeah, let's see what the first third of July is like for you. So this is from the 1st to the 10th. Sometimes I forget to breathe. There it is. Just threw all of those. So the 1st to the 10th, the first third of July, you've got this 4 of Wands. I love this. It's a celebration. I think that the first third of July is going to be really important for you to implement gratitude into your life. Rather than just trying to go on to the next thing, I almost feel like maybe there will be like something failed and you just want to sit in the failure of it. And instead it's like, okay, on to the next. The thing failed. I don't have to attach myself to the idea that I am a failure, right? Not putting your personal worth so directly tied to like things that maybe don't succeed. It's time for you to just implement some gratitude and be, I don't want to just say grateful and thankful, and what is the word that I'm trying to think of? Be supportive of where the next moment is taking you. I guess that's what's really coming through. And just like celebrating what you didn't expect to be your life. And instead of, oh, this has been coming up a lot lately, anxiety is restlessness of wanting your current situation to be different. Anxiety is just desiring this moment that you're in to be something different than what it is. And instead of putting yourself through that of just saying, I wish this wasn't the case, I wish this wasn't the case, to say, but it is the case. And letting yourself accept the current moment, even though it doesn't look the way that you expected it to look, right? This is a very mental month for you. This 2 of Swords really saying like being in your head a lot, swimming in ideas and expectations, and your mindset being a little more on the negative side. And so the first third of July, I mean, maybe you're even going to a wedding in the first third of July, and there's like some romanticizing that you're doing and like, oh, I wish I was there, causing anxiety because you're not where that person is. Let yourself support where this moment is taking you. And that's the second time that sentence has come up. So the second third of July, let's see, from the 11th to the 20th. You've got the 5 of Wands, and a second one wants to come out, so I'm going to take it. The 9 of Pentacles. Going with the flow, not feeding into drama is definitely coming up, which isn't a word I use often, but right now it's definitely telling me not feeding into drama is going to provide a lot of stillness, quiet, abundance. And if that sounds bad to you, think about why you don't like safety, or why security and calm actually feels more stressful for you than the idea of drama. And that's not to say, oh, you're a drama queen or king, like you just want to be in like drama or you create drama. But a lot of people, when they grow up in a household that is not very calm or still or frankly loving, we can start to crave that intensity, and we can crave intense situations with other people, like in our interpersonal relationships. So think about when moments are still and calm, are you feeling like you need to start something? Not start drama, but are you feeling like, oh God, I can't sit in this, I have to do something? That idea of restlessness. And that's coming up in the 2nd, 3rd of July. So now we just need to think about, what can you do to embrace the quiet? What can you do to be grateful for the stillness? And instead of constantly taking action and following every thought that goes on in your mind, to say, I'm going to let this one pass, right? And that really came up for the themes of this month for you too. All right, let's see what is going on in the last third. The last third of July, which is the 21st to the 31st. This is our entry into Leo season. Oh, pile 2. Well, that is just too many cards. So we're going to shuffle from here. Do you guys do that with your cards? If you read, here it is. The High Priestess. Wow, there really is like a high road that you are taking. And I think that this middle of July, what I didn't fully touch on is taking the high road in moments of stress or in moments where you could potentially lash out and be reactionary, instead to take the high road. This is the High Priestess that you got for this last third of July. Sitting in a place of wisdom and silence. Sometimes we consider silence to be a weakness when you can actually use it as your power. So sitting in that silent place of calm and knowing wise power. That is what July, the end of July, is giving to you. And also the fact that it's Leo season, and Leo gives us this opportunity to be fierce and loud and bold and dynamic. But what you are going to do for the end of July is sit back and just watch the show. You are watching other people deal with the energy, and you are sitting above it. You are rising above it. There is a lot that I feel you're beginning with this Four of Wands, the celebration of life, of love, and ending with a calm knowing that you are doing the best that you can, and you're being the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. So that is amazing. All right, let's see what we've got in these Fortune Tea Leaf cards. I love these guys. See if there's anything specific that pops out for you. Oh, hello. Older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. And that fell right on top of this card. So I almost feel like at a wedding that you're going to, or if you are getting married, or if whatever, if there's like some sort of wedding situation or a celebration or a party that you're going to in the 1st, 3rd of July, something about an older woman is going to be important about that experience for you. Let's see. I love when they flip over just so intensely like that one did. These guys are being a little chaotic, which maybe is telling. Anyway, how's it going for you guys? 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. That's amazing. That came on this ideation. By release of expectations and release of the pressure that you're putting on your experiences to be the best they possibly could be, that is when abundance comes to you. And that's it. That's it. The guys were just like, that, we're done. That's what they needed to know. So by release of expectation of perfection, that is when abundance comes to you. So take that, and I will see you next time. Sending you guys so much love. Make sure that you cleanse yourself if you can, when you can, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile 3. I have got your worry stone here. I call it a worry stone because it's really good for rubbing your, I mean, I don't call it, that's what everyone calls it, but it's called a worry stone because that's where you like rub your thumb when you're feeling restless, anxious, worried. You just do this. What I love about it, obviously, it's got the 7 chakra colors. It's really it's calling in all of the power to really be there for you, to support you in moments of stress, anxiety, worry. So consider why you chose that. At the bottom here is carnelian. Like I said, that's the crystal of the month. So let's see what the major theme of July is for you. Okay, well, those guys jumped out, but I just want to give the whole deck a chance. So I'm just gonna see if they come up again. Who knows? Whew. Well, this guy surely jumped out very strongly. Interesting. And then I'm also going to pull a Prism Oracle card to see what energetic attachment there is. Wow. Wow. Yes, this worry stone, just like calling in all of the power of all of your guides, of all your ancestors, of all of the gods and goddesses that need to be there for you in this moment. Not saying that you're going to have like a horrible, intense month and just like you need all the help you can get, but it just seems like mentally there is a desire for protection, for safety, from all the power to be there for you. So I'll shut up and just show you the card. So we've got the Five of Swords. That is the major theme for July. This Five of Swords is so visceral to me as well. I love this Five of Swords. It took me a long time to fully encapsulate what it meant to me personally. But typically what a Five of Swords is depicting or is telling us is that there's some sort of change in mindset that needs to be made. That the way that you're thinking and processing and communicating to others and to yourself needs change, right? Swords is all about the mind, and 5 is the number of change. And what's so incredible about this imagery is that this change is coming from you. It has to be from your hands. I feel like there are some fixed signs here who know what it's like to be told like, oh, you should do this, and you don't want to do it. And then when it's your idea, then you're like, oh, this is a great idea. I should have done this so much earlier. So it is from your hands that change is made, that evolution is made from your own soul. And it's up to you to really make the changes that you need in your life. I think for you, Pile 3, you know what you want to be different. Maybe there's a part of you that isn't communicating about what you want to change. And that's an element of trying to protect yourself. So you got protection here. This energetic attachment to you this month is all about wanting to feel safe, feel preserved, feeling comfortable. And how Cancerian is that, right? We're still in Cancer season until about the 20th, 21st. So the theme for the month for you is the protection, the self-protection that you are, holding on to, because the fear of change is taking over. And I think that there's some of you that actually your guides are sort of like, let them keep protecting yourself. Like, I feel like there's somebody who's in an unsafe situation that you need to reach out for help. The letter M is coming up, the letter Q, R are all coming up, but that's very specific, and reach out to me privately if you want to know about that. But there is someone here who's like, no, continue this path of self-protection. But if you are not in a dangerous position, don't just go taking that as, oh, she's speaking to me. If you are not in danger, if you are simply protecting yourself out of an emotional attachment to fear of change, then it's time to cut that. It is time to embrace and lean into the changes that you know need to be made into your life. And you can't rely on anybody else to make you do that. You are the one who cares the most about the trajectory of your life, about the path that you are on, and you are the one who has to make sure you are on that path. So change of mindset, really important for July. All right, let's see what the first third of July is like for you. This is the 1st to the 10th. We are in the thick of Cancer season, really feeling it. Oop, there it is. You've got the 4 of Shells. That's the 4 of Cups. Let's see, soul searching and reevaluation. I feel that there is a need for change in your life, but maybe for some of you, you don't know what that change is. So this time of the month is a good time for you to evaluate what it is. I also think that there's something you're missing because of the mindset that you're in. Maybe you're very laser focused on one path that you think you're going down, that you're missing opportunities that are on the sides. And so just broadening your periphery, your vision a little bit more so that you can see all of the options that are being given to you, right? This 5 of Swords, it's about changing the way that you are seeing things, changing the way that you are thinking about things. And in a way, changing your own path, because that hand, right? You're digging your own path. So 4 of Cups is saying, and it's this heron, which I mean, so beautiful. They're so regal. Allowing the moment to be what it is. I think gratitude is a big part of the first third of July. You've got this big sun energy as well. And letting things come to the surface is coming up. Look at that, because we've got shells in the bottom there, and then we have these plants that have been growing underwater, and now they're coming up and they're growing upwards. Letting things come up to the surface instead of if you tend to have a reaction of, oh, let's just push that down, I don't have the time to feel that right now or think about that right now. What if you just made the time, right? Again, changing the mindset, letting some things come up to the surface so that you can search what your soul needs in that moment, or you can reevaluate what is or isn't working. And so that's the first third of July, what that's offering you. Second third of July, let's see. Yeah, I see you. King of Wands. Dipping your toes into the pool of self-actualization. The King of Wands is concerned with the self. He needs to know that he is on the right track, that he is succeeding, that he is seen as successful in some ways. So maybe that is a blockage that you're experiencing in the middle of July, is like needing validation from others that you're doing the right thing. That's fine. We all do that to some degree. So don't be so hard on yourself if you're finding yourself needing other people's approval or seeking other people's approval. But the King of Wands is also a he's like self-sourced. He's self-sustainable. He relies on him and him alone. And so this middle of July, I think there's a big theme or emphasis on finding your independence, on finding how you can sustain yourself, how you can not just protect, but support is what I'm thinking, is how you can just support yourself and support the dreams that you are following right now. Dipping your toes in the water, it might be a little bit uncomfortable for you in the middle of July, but it needs to be done. And then let's see, lastly, the last third of July, we've got this Pride Tarot deck. I love this deck. We've got two cards, the Lovers and the Eight of Cups. All right, I feel like someone here is gonna be a little triggered by this, but some people are not going to stay in your life, and they will not be in your life anymore by the end of July. That might not be for every one of you, but I'm definitely feeling it strongly for some. That the people that you allow into your life, you've allowed into your life because there is a fear of lack of people. So sort of that lack mentality. So the people that you keep in your life, reevaluate why. What is it that you both offer each other? Not just what do they offer for me? What good are they in my life? Because that's not all a relationship is. It's also what you're offering to them. So if there's a person that you're like, you know what? I'm really not being my best self for them, and it's not the relationship that I need. It is time to release and to let go. And I think that it's a lot about, not even if it's not relationship wise, although there is someone there with the Lovers, so relationships, it doesn't even have to be letting go of the person. It could be letting go of old patterns of emotional behavior, right? So release of this emotional attachment or this desire or expectations that you put on other people to be like this emotional pillar for you. And so if it's not about people, it's also just letting go of old emotional conditioning, this ancient stuff that has made you feel safe and it was what you did to protect yourself, maybe as a kid or, growing up, just like the self-preservation techniques and coping tools that we learn to take care of ourselves. You don't need them now. And that's really the main message, is you don't need to protect yourself in every given moment. Let's pull some cards from the Fortune Tea Leaf cards. Love these guys. See what comes up that's a little more specific. Ooh, this guy fell off the table. Door. Opportunities are waiting for you. You just have to go find them. And the fact that it fell off the table, I love taking those messages in. That you have to go where you don't expect you'll have to go. So do things that people don't expect of you this month. Change it up. Do things you wouldn't expect of you this month. Here we go. Cup. You should accept valid criticism. Yeah, I feel that. And that came up in the last third of July with the Lovers and the Eight of Cups. That's Leo season. Leo has a lot of pride. It doesn't really like to be criticized because it just wants people to think like, I am the sun, you must love me. And I get it. I'm a Leo rising. But you should accept valid criticism. Take that how you will. And let's see if there's one more that wants to come out. Yep. Okay. Multiple. Hold on. All right. You got Desk, pay attention to your work, and Barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. That fell off the table. So I'm almost like, I think there's so much concern about work and there's so much concern of lack mentality, and that needs to just go off the table. It's not about feeding into that right now. So pile 3, I hope that was helpful. I really enjoyed doing this reading. I'm sending you a lot of love, a lot of changes coming up to this channel. I don't know what they are, but they will be at some point. Anyway, sending you a lot of love. I will see you next time. Bye.